Welcome to Yoga with Katie. Today we're going to be doing a Vinyasa May Day flow. So we're thinking big celebration, big shapes, a lot of twists as well. I do recommend having a block. This is just for one pose in particular to add some stability and some length to your arms. Otherwise, maybe a blanket if you feel like you need that for your knees. We're going to be on our knees, or for your wrists, or for propping yourself up. So know your body. Maybe have a blanket nearby if you need it. Otherwise, we do practice yoga responsibly. So disclaimer, if you are at home, we are going to be aware of things around us and aware of the sensations that are happening in our body so that we stay safe and healthy. Otherwise, we're going to get started seated. So find your version of comfortably sitting down, and then placing those hands on the legs however you'd like. Palms down is for grounding, palms up is for receiving. Wherever you are, soften the face, maybe close the eyes. We're thinking tall through the top of the head, long through the tailbone. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. 2 more, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. This one's different. Inhale through the nose, really expanding those lungs to their full capacity. Exhale through the nose, releasing the lungs. Finding that natural breath in and out through the nose. As we pause in a moment of your version of stillness and silence. Settling into this energy and the space that you are creating. Today I do recommend noticing the breath, seeing if we can take bigger inhales on our expanding, our big lung shapes, and then controlling the exhale as we come out of the shape or are contracting. Option to stay here as long as you need. If you're ready for some movement, still sitting tall through the spine, inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, elbows wide, reaching behind you. Seeing if you can think long neck, so not turkey neck, shoulders are down. Exhale, take the hands behind the head, tuck the chin to the chest, round the shoulders, maybe the elbows touch in front of the face. 2 more times, inhale is cactus, maybe even looking up. Exhale, hands behind the head, round, elbows come together. Last time, inhale is the opening. Exhale is the rounding and closing. Inhale, let's neutralize. Hands come behind. Go ahead and blink your eyes open if you haven't already. Move those legs into a straddle. This is where a blanket may become necessary if you feel like your hips are really tight and you'd like to be elevated a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to start to the right hand behind, left arm up, reaching up and back. Inwardly rotate that left leg. Your hip will lift. Nice wide shape. Take up that space. This is the inhale. Exhale, return through center, reaching forward. Slide those hands out. Inhale, sit back up. Other side, left hand behind, right arm up. Inwardly rotate. Exhale, come back through center. Slide those hands forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Reach it forward. Inhale up, reach it back to the left. Last time, reaching forward, exhale. Inhale, sit up tall, swing those legs to the back of the mat. Let's do some cat-cows. For your cow pose, get your shoulders involved. Drop the belly down, roll the shoulders back, long through the collarbones, looking up. Exhale, cat, round the spine, maybe even shifting your weight back a little bit. Feel it round through the lower back. Let's do it again. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Wonderful. Neutralize. Option for your blanket now underneath the knees. If this is too much on your wrists, you can substitute for fists. Wherever you are, extend your right leg back behind you, flexing the foot. Let's think core is in and up. Right hip is down, left hip is up. Swing that leg around and see how close your foot can get to tapping your hand. Take it back to where it was and then cross it over to the left. All 5 toes are equally pressing into the ground. Option for a twist, left arm up. Let's try that again. Hand down, swing the leg around, tap the hand. Swing it over to the left. Inhale that arm up. This one is different. As you swing your leg around, stop where that foot is in line with the hip. Pinky toe reaches for the floor. Let's sit up and into our gate pose. Hand gently rests onto the leg. Reach up and over. There's no weight here. It's just a little bit for stability. Your core is holding you up. Feel that stretch through the armpit and in the side body. Inhale, sit up tall. That knee comes underneath you. Let's do a camel pose. Hands come behind the back, keeping your hands on that lower back today. Squeeze the elbows, lift the heart. This could be enough. Maybe you push your hips forward, maybe hinge back, maybe drop your head back. One breath in. One breath out. Retuck the chin, engage the core, sit back up. Using that balance, or you can grab the wall, step forward with your right foot, low lunge. Let's interlace the hands behind the body. See if the heels of the hands can touch. Knuckles down, heart is up, pause here. We're low through the lower body, tall through the torso. Exhale, release, hands to the floor, half split. Reaching the toes back towards the face. Long torso. Our tailbone is reaching back behind us. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into that front knee. Hands to the floor. Step back, child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch. Send the hips back and then relax down, whatever's comfortable for your face. Feel your belly hang between your thighs. One more breath in. Control the breath out. Let's move on to our left side. Tabletop. We're hovering the left leg above the earth. Core is in and up. Left hip down, right hip up. Finding what's comfortable for your hands here. Swing that leg around, tapping your foot as close to the hand as you can get. Take it back to where it was and cross it over now to the right. Equal weight in all those toes. Option for a twist. We're squeezing our thighs together and lifting up to help us balance. One more time, hand to the floor, swing the leg around, tapping the hand. Take it back to the right, maybe twist. This is when we swing our leg around and stop when it's in line with the hip. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Pinky edge onto the floor. We'll sit up, gate pose to the left. Again, there's no weight right here. If you need a little bit of weight, I would put it up where your hip is. That way you're not putting pressure on your knee. Inhale, sit up tall, taking that knee underneath you, going for our camel. Option for fists here as well if you feel like that's a little bit more stable. Squeeze your elbows, lift the chest, pause here, or send the hips forward. Maybe lean back, option for the head. This is opening out for the thyroid as well, thyroid gland. When you're ready, tuck the chin, use the core, sit back up. Use that balance. This time, left foot steps forward, low lunge. Arms come up to start, and then swing around. And see if you can put your funky thumb on top this time. Heels of the hands touch, knuckles down, heart is up. Pause here for the breath. Release the hands to the floor, half split. We're lengthening through the spine. Imagine your belly button is reaching for that front thigh. Rebend into that front knee, just so you can step back. Let's do a downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, send the hips up and back. First down dog, so option to sway side to side, maybe pedal through the feet. Wherever you are, let's walk our toes together, feet to touch. You're gonna pivot your heels off to one side, so I'm up on my tippy toes, and I'm gonna do a squat, heels and glutes together. Inhale back through center, up on your tippy toes, swing your heels to the other side, squat, so almost like a frog. One more time, inhale center, exhale squat, inhale center, exhale squat. Back through center, return those feet back to their original position. Take your right leg up to the sky if you can. Squeeze that knee to your nose, step it forward, high lunge. Pause here for the length. Exhale, reach forward, go ahead and grab your block. Let's take it to the highest setting that it is. Stepping back if you need the space, propping up into a warrior three. So we're gonna keep this back leg active by either pointing, flexing, or the half and half the floint with your foot. Wonderful. So this could already be enough for you wherever you are. Know that our next step is half moon. So maybe you open your hips out to the left and extend your left arm up to the sky. And you're gonna feel that bottom leg wiggle, feel that ankle moving. Exhale, close the shape back down towards the floor. So what I mean by that is both hip points are now pointing towards the floor. Let's make it a twist. This time, right arm up, still keeping that back leg active. Let's do it again. Hands to the block. And as you open up into your half moon, now your hip points are trying to stack and then point off to the side. One more time, close the shape down towards the floor. Option for the twist, right arm up. Wonderful. Hands to the floor or your block. Both feet to the floor. Wonderful. Move that block out of the way, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's do toes out, heels in, sit low into a yogi squat. So option for a blanket underneath the heels. Option for a block underneath the booty if you need the lift. Otherwise, we're thinking elbows are helping to push our knees nice and wide, and we're sitting tall. Notice the breath. We're going to move into a seated position, so maybe take your hands behind to catch yourself as you scoot off of the block. Another option for the block is to take it in front of you. Let's do some hip flexor exercises. So block on the right side, our right leg is in front. This left knee is bent, hands come behind to help keep that spine lifted. We're thinking inhale, that leg comes up and over the block. And then we take it right back through center. And as we do this, we're trying to let the hip do the work. Not so much the quad, not so much the body, right? When you're ready, we'll come back through center. We're gonna move that block out of the way, back to the top of the mat so we can use it for the second side. And we're gonna do a reverse table. So feet to the floor, hands behind, lift the hips up. Shoulders are inwardly rotated. If you'd like to go for reverse plank, legs are long in front of you, squeeze them together, toes reach for the floor. Inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, have a seat. Wonderful, let's return to our tabletop. Swing those legs behind. Tabletop pose. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Wonderful. When you're ready, left leg goes up to the sky, nice big reach. Just to squeeze it to the nose, step it through, high lunge. Arms reach up to the sky. Taking up space. Exhale, reach forward for that block. Tallest setting it can go, stepping that foot back if you need the space. Hovering now the right leg behind in that warrior three. We'll start with half moon. We open out to the right. So again, now our hip points are pointed out to the side, almost like you're squished in between two walls. Exhale, turn those hips to the floor, chest to the floor. And now we do our twist. Inhale, left arm up. Let's do it again, switching hands, opening out the body. Oh, maybe you're really wobbly like me. Exhale, close it off. Last time, left arm up. Make sure that back leg is active. Foot returns to the floor. Block returns to the floor. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine, toes out, heels in. Malasana one more time. Again, knowing what props you need for your body. Otherwise, we're thinking low through the tailbone. We're pressing into the knife edges. That's the pinky side of the feet. Our knees are as wide as they can get. Head is lifted. When you exhale, have a seat. Hands come behind if you need it. Otherwise, our left leg gets a turn, option for the block. Find the setting that you want. It doesn't have to be that tall. Hands are behind you for support. Think long lower back. And then this right leg, the closer it is to the body, the harder, the farther it is, the easier. Know that we are taking up space today. When you're ready, lift that leg up and over the block. Going at your own pace, your own height. Again, we're letting the hip do the work. And on that final round, we'll move that block out of the way. We'll do our reverse table. Feet are down, hands are behind, lift the hips. Option for that reverse plank again if you'd like. Wherever you are, lift your hips, your shoulders rotate in. Maybe option to drop the head back once more. When you're ready, send the hips to the floor. Wonderful. Scoot your hips to the middle of the mat. Let's lay down. Hug those knees into the chest and rock it side to side. Massage that lower back. We're going to do one more stretch before we find some Shavasana. And that's going to be our banana pose. So find an X shape with the body to start. Take your left leg to cross over the right. So your feet are on the right side of the mat. Same thing with your hands, come together at the top right side of the mat. And we're thinking, how flat can our body be? So can that left side of the body, that shoulder, that hip stay planted into the floor as we crescent shape our body over to the right. Pause here for 2 more breaths. When you exhale, come out of the shape, return to the big X. We're going to imagine somebody pulling on all of our limbs. Nice big reach, arch the back. Second side, now our leg crosses to the left. Our hands reach over to the left. Same thing, our body is as flat as it can get on the right side. And then relax what you can. That could be your eyes. Maybe you just relax your forehead for sure. Relax your jaw. And breathe. When you exhale, come out of the shape. Last time, make that giant X. Take up a lot of space. Big reach. Inhale. And then exhale, settle into your version of Shavasana. Today I do recommend the X shape with our body, taking up a lot of space. If that's a little uncomfortable, maybe go for butterfly, feet together, knees wide. If that's still too much, maybe just traditional corpse pose, legs long, arms long. And as we rest for the next minute or so, your job is simply to be present. You are a human being. I encourage you to stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to reawaken, maybe you moisten the lips and swallow, maybe rock the head side to side, maybe even touching your thumb with each fingertip in the body, wiggling the toes. I like to go for a full body stretch. You reach your arms up overhead, being mindful of anything around you. Point the toes, almost like you're waking up for the first time today. And then you hug the knees into the body just to round that lower back after laying on the floor. And then to get up, we roll onto one side. Use the palms to press up to sit into your comfortable seated pose. Hands in prayer, fashion at the heart. And we'll close class as we always do. Thumbs to touch at the third eye. This is our reminder to have an open and receptive mind. Thumbs come down to the lips as a reminder to have kind words. Thumbs return to the heart as a reminder to have a truthful and honest heart. The light in me bows to the light within you. Namaste.